So this is a walkthrough guide for Assignment 1 Practical Sport. It can be downloaded from here. And if you've done handball, the week-to-week content is uploaded here with some additional PDF documents from the governing bodies which give you information about the brief rules and some key skills and techniques. Alright, so we've got the assignment brief here. So first thing to do is put your name in, as always, to highlight who your deliverer is. And later on in the brief you'll find what you always need to do is to write what English skills you're trying to improve within the assessment and what math skills you're trying to improve, even if it's dimensions of the handball pitch, and to use correct units. And to tick this bit, to say you've included everything and to sign and put your hand in date. Okay, so that's the brief admin over with. The vocational scenario is up here. It gives you the context as to why we're doing things. And then the tasks are down here. So if we go to the front of the brief, this is the criteria: P1, P2, P3, M1 and M2. So let me talk you through the brief. Task 1, sorry, which is P3. If you have participated in a full capacity and you've given 110% within the sessions, then P3 will fall out of that naturally, and just the fact that you've participated and demonstrated these key skills that you've been taught every week, that will be P3. Okay, task 2 is here, sorry, and what task 2 asks you to produce is 2 posters, both double-sided, one for each sport. So the first thing is that you have to describe 5 core skills. So if we're talking about handball, this is poster 1. I describe 5 core skills or techniques detailing key coaching points within handball. So what I do is I set up my poster. So I go to Word. Sorry, I've got it set up down here. The first thing that you probably want to do is you want to turn the page to landscape. So in the layout, you turn the page to change the page orientation to landscape, and then change the size probably to A3 because you know what size you're working with, and you might want to reduce the view so you can see the whole page. And there we are. So there's my page set up, so I know what I'm working with. Obviously, the font size, you don't really want to go any lower than 10, so it's readable. It might look small on here, but we haven't got it as 100% view, so once we enlarge it, that's fine. So if we were going to do the skills and techniques, you might want to get an image of a jump shot, and then you might want to talk about the key coaching points of a jump shot. You go back to the brief, which is behind here. So 5 core skills. We've done lots of skills. We've done screening. We've done the jump shot. We've done the range of different passes, etc. So we've done lots of key skills within that, and we know we need to describe the key coaching points. Okay. We've also done 3 core tactics. So we did I'll give you an example. The 1 week we did the shuffle around the D. We've also done the counter attack, and we've done one other that you will find one in Moodle within one of those sessions. Once you've done that, to get the merit, what you have to do is state how the key 5 core skills are applied to the sport and their benefits within a game situation, and then you do the 3 core tactics. So you state how they're applied to handball, how they're used within the game, and why they're of benefit or how they're of benefit to a team in a game situation. Okay, this bit here, this P1 and M1 for handball, is found on page 1 of poster 1. On page 2 of poster 1, we would then describe 5 fundamental rules. So we might describe the passive play rule, which is one of them, and talk about the key points and apply it to a game situation. So what we'd say is that if a team has got the ball for more than 30 seconds and they're not trying to attack or create an attacking opportunity, the passive play rule is introduced or is applied, and the possession is turned over. Okay. Then we describe 5 fundamental regulations detailing key information and apply the regulation to a game situation. So if we talk about the substitution regulation, you're allowed 14 players on a team, 7 on pitch, 7 substitutions. A substitution can't take place until the player has crossed the line of the court. Then the substitution can enter the pitch. So there is an example of a regulation, and that's how it's applied as well to the game. Okay, then you explain the application of the 5 rules using specific scenarios or examples by stating the importance and the impact of the rule has on the game. So we apply the passive play rule. So we say that the team's constantly not looking to progress with the ball because it's late in the game and they don't want to concede a goal, so they want to keep possession. The rule is applied, the passive play rule is applied, and the reason why that rule is really important is because handball is a high-paced game, it's end-to-end, and it's meant to be engaging and entertaining for the audience. So if that passive play is happening, it's very easy to keep possession, and actually handball is about end-to-end attacking, and that is not part of the game trying to just maintain possession. So that is why it's really important that rule is applied. All right, if we look at the application of the regulations, so in terms of, we go back to the substitution one, for instance. So we've got to do 5, but we'd go back to that substitution. We would be expected to explain them using scenarios and examples and state the importance and the impact of each regulation. So we look at the substitution regulation, and we said earlier that we applied it, that the fact that the player has to cross the line before our substitution can come on. Now the reason that's really important is that the officials and the players are aware that there's always only 7 players on at a time, and there's never more than that, because if there is, that could cause confusion, it could be a health and safety issue, and also it could cause a disadvantage to the opposition. So actually that rule and that regulation, is really important that it's applied effectively and rightly, so that those things are avoided and the game is done in a proper format that's according to the rules of handball. So that's an example there. You would do, as I say, that's for handball, so that's side 1 for handball, that's side 2 for handball. If I was going to do my other sport, which would be volleyball, I apply the same principle. So I do this one, side 1 for volleyball, side 2 for volleyball. You should have 2 posters, both double-sided, both on A3. Make them look as presentable as possible. It needs to look as though you've put a lot of time and effort in, and that it's something that you're proud of. Some examples of what they should look like, or the formatting of the picture more so, is kind of like this. Lots of images, but also lots of text that's kind of supporting that and is talking about the specific criteria which is listed below here. Okay, hope that's of help. Any questions, get in touch and we will do our best to help you.